Greetings, beloved human family. I am Gilles Mancion, and I come very briefly to you today to greet you, to send blessings and welcome. I'm broadcasting from France right now. The painting behind me is not quite finished, but I thought it would still be interesting. I may make a video about it and talk about the creative process that I'm involved with and how incredible those kind of paintings and their creation, all those things that those paintings are teaching me. For now, I just wanted to come and speak very briefly of the 1111 Stargate. For if you were receptive, if you were able to receive any sort of enlightenment during those days, then or even if you didn't know your higher self received it, and there will be new opportunities to feel it, but essentially, whenever this portal is an opportunity to move into our higher self. That's what I've had experience on November 11, 2011. For me, that was the portal of activation of that 1111 Stargate, and ever since that time I've been working with that energy, because this can be opened at any time. It is a master gate, it is a master Stargate. 1111 is a master number, and so understand that whenever you see 1111 on any clock, it is a sign that there is the potential for this door opening for you. Spirit is there telling you, well, you know, what do you do with it after that? It's up to you. But also the understanding that every morning at 11:11 in the morning and 11:11 at night, every night for 1 hour, there is the Archangel Metatron that makes himself available to work with all those who want to work with those portal and meditation. So if you do want to work with that spirit, those times are very, very are favorable, so to speak. We also are having this great, huge, very big moon in Taurus right now, and so these energies will be for like a whole month, for like 28 days. It is a really powerful moon of prosperity, of abundance, of money, all kinds of opportunity within those next 28 days for prosperity, for bringing things of the earth forward. But it's a moon right now that's like really close to our face. I mean, the moon, the closer it is to the earth, the more our emotions are being felt as close to us. So, but we do not, you know, those emotions, of course, can be joy or happiness. But when your emotions, it's not joy or happiness, then you do want to work with that to balance it out, to let it flow, to let it go, because once you address the emotions are just here to teach something, what's behind it. Once it's delivered this message, it's no longer empowered it's no longer empowered to be there. It just disappears once it's delivered its message. The same thing with fear. Fear is like bringing messages, but it's not. It doesn't really exist. It's just a fear. Fear are shadows. They're not. So the main thing is to deliver ourselves from the fear, because we want to be able to love life, to not buy into the amazing shadow programmation that have been forced on humanity for so long. So now it's time to wake up, to regain your inner power, to empower yourself, to be like no matter what hurricane may happen outside of you, in the eye of the hurricane, it's always quiet. So learn to return to center, just by breathing, by allowing to let those things go, because all those mental things, of course, there is we are meant to deal with all those things of the earth. I'm not saying to avoid anything. I'm just saying to be lucid in relationship to it, and not to enter into conflict, into violence, brutality. There is never any need for that. If you can take a few steps, I mean, it's just common sense that once we are lucid, we have no need for any of this those nonsense. We just want to help and assist and enjoy life, and we want people around us to enjoy their life, and so we provide the best quality of energy, so that our shared experience is a co-creative and evolutive process. So I'm sorry, I'm not feeling really so well, but I was called to come here, so please forgive that. I hope the same. Sorry, maybe I should stay in bed, but well, it's not that bad. If it gets worse, I will lay down for a day just to get my body realigned. So I just wanted to make a little oracle for the months. See, those cards are made to communicate, to connect with our spirit guides. They were made by a friend of mine, and our spirit guides are invisible helpers. They're like they're connected to our higher self with our soul. Essentially, it is our soul. It is who we are on the eternal level. But we are all connected to. We are connected to our soul family, and of that soul family, some of them are direct guides. Those are chosen to assist us in the invisible world. We don't have to communicate with them for them to work for us. But once you become sensitive to those energies that are very subtle, but you will want to use them. You will want to confer to you will trust their higher judgment, not higher judgment, but their perspective on things, because they do have a higher perspective. Of course, as in everything, only beliefs can make real. You cannot experience something you don't believe. Even if you see something that's unbelievable, then you would consider that your consciousness was still ready to believe it, otherwise you couldn't even perceive it. So you have to believe before you see, before you experience, and so for those who believe only in physical matter, for like this is real and those invisible things are not real, for this may be real, but if somebody takes it away, it's no longer there. So it is not that real. Everything is relative. Yet those invisible frequency and energy, once you tune into it, you can see that they're 100% reliable. They are 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, always available. And so that's really what I said in the French video. So I wanted to. It is like a little bit of comparison. It's like when you work with your own stream, it's like you're playing an instrument, and your interest, your music are maybe of interest to other people. But once you connect to your guides and your angels and all your invisible helpers, it is like whenever you're going to play your instrument, it is like you have a great grand orchestra behind you that makes your music so much better. So why would anyone want to deprive themselves from that? Of course, you have to. You have to establish means of communication, but know that everybody on the spirit planes is eager to reconnect on a deeper level with each and every one of us. So basically, I'm going to pull 4 cards and ask 4 questions. The first question is, what is the highest wisdom for us for this month? And here we have resources. So that's very. So that means it's a moon that will bring resources. So allow the resources. You deserve to have all the resources you need, whether it is invisible resources like connecting to level of inspiration, or is it physical resources, whether it is opportunity, whether it is a new connection that can really be wonderful, or whether it can be even money. It can be all those things. So just all of it is resources. So utilize it. Use the resource that you receive from the universe with love, and you will receive more. For there is the source of all resources is infinite, but until we have that belief to allow this true infinite energy, this eternal energy to unfold the life for us, for it is far more intelligent than what we can comprehend within a physical body. Then we are able to really move into a flow that is quite divine, moving into grace. For we all have this potential to live in grace, but we cannot be struggling or fighting, and we have to let go, of all those of limited belief. Then we can trust and flow. And essentially, what we need to understand this month, which come from a Pathfinder guide, is birth. So it is a new beginning. It is a new birth. Understand the process of birth, the process of renewal, and from there you are fresh. There is no judgment. It is like everything that comes from you is pure. It is just when we move away from the initial intention, and that is when sometimes there is innocence can be lost. But every first impulse, every first thought is always something that we can usually rely on our own inner inner inspiration, inner energy. So we have to make friend with our own energy. You can't just be in war against yourself. You got to find peace. This is where peace has to happen. This, because all personality unifies all things: energy, matter, time, space. Everything happens through the personality. But in essence, when spirit and matter are disaligned, then the mind has to reconcile it. But when you breathe and you bring everything back into alignment, there is no need for mental activity. Once everything is aligned, you can just be, and then from there you see what energies comes from you. And so sometimes there may be energy that come from within that we don't necessarily understand or appreciate, but they are necessary understanding. They're part of the process. For life is a process. You have to be flexible. Even the expectation that we put on ourselves, we are rarely able to match those expectations. So in order to continue to move forward, it is not there is no need, you cannot have guilt and love in the same time. So unconditional love says that no matter how many times you fell in relationship to any problem, you still want to love yourself. You still want to cheer yourself in relation to whatever. It's just an exercise in divinity that we are going through here. Sorry about that. Then the next question would be, what is it we have to do on our path? And here is to discover our life purpose. What is our mission? What it is that we came here to do? Once you understand that, then things fall into place. The universe will provide every bit of everything you need for you to fulfill that life purpose. But then since some people are not aware of that, and so their inner self is awakening. For those who have been doing a lot of work on themselves, it's a little bit easier, but a lot of people have not done the inner work. And so they are confronted with things that they are not used to. However, the more you address your inner self, the easier it gets. And so once you discover your life purpose, then you feel like you are empowered, you are supported, you are whole. And the general message for us for this month is transformation. So it is a great deal powerful, great big transformation is happening. And I was going to make a tarot reading to look at the perspective for 2017, but I'm not even really sure that's because so much going to be happening in the next 2 months. It's almost like to project ourselves into 2017, which will be completely different. But no, if you've been working on yourself, the next couple of months will bring great deal of resolution, of completion, and we should all be so much better off for having done all that. On those words, I thank you very much for your time, for your sharing, for your liking, for your commenting, and for working with those higher energies, these higher lights. For this higher light is you, it is your light. It's so just be confident and work with know that you deserve the best of everything. It's just a matter of deprogramming the mind from all its lack and limitation, so that you can begin to enjoy life in each moment as something that is like a flower that is blooming, and that is everywhere you go you bring that beauty, that healing, that completion, because it's not that easy. The higher we allow ourselves to access those spiritual plane, the easier life is, the less energy it requires to get things done, and the more impact and power our thoughts, our intention, our actions have into the world, because we are supported by the whole company of heaven who's working in relationship to this ascension. So in any event, I wish you a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward to returning to you very soon. Namaste.